If you're getting into day trading, the first thing you need to get right if you really want to be successful in this is picking the right stocks to trade. Most people think it's just a strategy, but picking the wrong stocks can literally be the difference between being profitable and losing money. So in this video, I'm going to give you a full guide for finding the best stocks to day trade. I've been in the trading space for years. I've tried all types of tools, all types of methods, so I can definitely confirm that what I'm about to show you is the best and the easiest way to do it. We'll go over what to look for, how to spot winning stocks before everyone else, and how to do proper research before committing. Let's get into it. What to look for in a day trading stock. So before you start searching for stocks, you need to understand what makes a stock worth trading in the first place, because not every stock that shows up on your screen is a good trade. And if you don't know the difference between a good setup and a bad setup, you're basically just blindly picking tickers, which is in a nutshell gambling. So the first thing you want to see is momentum, meaning the stock is already moving in a certain direction with volume behind it. And the reason momentum matters so much for day trading specifically is because you're working with a very small window. You're usually getting in and out all within the same day. It's not like you have weeks or months to sit around and wait for the stock to actually go up. You need it to already be in motion, with buyers actively pushing the price in one direction. If the stock is flat and there's nothing happening to it, there's nothing to trade. It does not matter how good the company is. But momentum alone isn't enough. You also need to pay attention to when that movement is happening, because the timing of the move can tell you a lot about where it's headed. Pre-market movement is one of the biggest signals for day traders. The pre-market session starts at 4 in the morning, and stocks start showing up on scanners as early as that. And what typically happens is the number one mover pre-market often becomes one of the biggest gainers once the market opens at 9:30. So if you're seeing a stock build momentum before the bell and it keeps gaining traction heading into the open, that is a very strong sign it could have a big day. And after hours momentum works the same way. If a stock is running between 4 and 8 p.m., definitely keep an eye on it, because momentum like that typically gets carried into the pre-market for the next day. So for example, let's say you check the scanner on Monday at 5:30 p.m. and you see a stock having some movement. Chances are that movement is going to continue into Tuesday morning. And that's why timing matters. It's not just about finding the stock that's up. It's about catching it early enough in the move. That way you're not showing up after all the big gains have already happened. Now the question is, where do you find these stocks? And how do you track momentum? Well, a really good tool for this is going to be stocks.news. It has a live scanner that's pulling data from NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, and every other major exchange. And it shows you exactly what stocks are moving right now. Pre-market, during market hours, and after hours. You can download the app for free using the link in the description. How to spot stocks that are moving right now. Okay, so here we're going to open up Stocks News and we're going to go straight to the scanner. Here on the scanner, you can see the top gainers and the top losers. You can see all the tickers right here, and it shows you the overnight price, the percentage increase, the current price, and you can click on these tickers individually and get their stock overview. And here is where you can really see all the detailed information. You can see the Morningstar report, key stats, stock analysis, technical analysis, and so much more. And if we go back home here and click on the stocks tab, the top gainers, top losers in crypto, crypto news as well, forex, indices, commodities, ETFs, and even mutual funds. One of the trending stocks right now, right back at the top, let's click on Nvidia. You can see that it is one of the top gainers. It's had a $2 increase. And mind you, this is updating live. You can see it updating by the second. Pre-market starting at 4 a.m. is where some of the best setups show up first. So that's when you want to have the scanner open. During market hours, you're watching for stocks that start popping because of breaking news or a fresh press release that just dropped. Then after hours from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is where you're scouting for the next day. So if you see something moving at 5:30 or 6 p.m., definitely put it on your radar for the next morning. How to research a stock before you trade it. So finding a stock that's moving is really only step one, because a stock could spike for good reasons or bad reasons. If a company just put out a strong press release or positive earnings, that momentum is probably going to keep going. But if a stock is running purely based on hype and nothing actually behind it, that spike can reverse on you fast. So the research step is really what separates a good trade from a bad one. And the first thing I always check is news. You want to check to see if there's a press release or a news story that's really driving the movement. Okay, so once again, we're back here at the home screen. We're just going to scroll down here to the news scanner. And right away, you'll see all these stars. Basically, these are all filters. And what stocks.news has done is it's used AI to be able to track whether the news is good or bad and ranks it based on stars. 5 stars being really good and 1 star being not so great. Let's check out one of the headlines here. This news was rated 4 stars. And you can see here, it's done by Newsfile. Stonegate Capital Partners initiates coverage on MarketWise. And you can scroll down here and it gives you a whole breakdown of what the news is, key takeaways, and a little bit about the company that it's reported on. And you can see right away why this was probably rated 4 stars. Underlying turnaround is real despite lagged GAAP revenue. Customer quality improved meaningfully. Balance sheet and capital return story remain attractive. Pretty decent news. Each one of these, by the way, has a direct link to check out the ticker that the news is on. So we can see that that news report was on MarketWise. And right away, MarketWise information all right here. And also as well, instead of the news scanner, you can also just check out recent news. And here in recent news, it's not organized by star, but it does still have the ratings available if you'd like to see. Stocks.news pulls news directly from major wire services, Access Wire, PR Newswire, and others, so you can see directly what's coming out as it drops. And like I mentioned, the app has an AI rating system that scores press releases to give you just a quick read on whether the news is positive or negative. And something to point out is the ratings aren't going to be perfect, absolutely perfect every single time, but it gives you a really fast starting point before you dig any deeper into it. After the news, the next thing to check is sentiment. And by that, I mean how much attention a stock is getting and if that attention is good or bad. I'm going to show you how to get there. So we're back at the home screen. We're going to click on Insiders. And right here on one of the tabs, you can see sentiment. And it shows you right away some of the most mentioned stocks. We can see most mentioned stocks and recent mentioned stocks. As you can see, Agilent Technologies has 1,000 mentions today. And we also have the option here to check out mentions based on today, 3 days ago, 5 days ago, 14 days ago, and even a month ago. Agilent this month has almost 9,000 mentions. And you can even click a little deeper into bearish versus bullish stocks. Right away, you can see stocks, sectors, or industries, and it'll show you what stocks are most bullish and which stocks are most bearish, Apple being the first one that comes up here. And you can also sort these out by trending, high and low PE, gap up or down, and a whole lot more. And Stocks.news tracks this sentiment through Reddit and X, so you can see if any stocks on your watch list are suddenly starting to get a little more chatter around them. And if a sentiment starts spiking, whether it's positive or negative, the app will actually send you a push notification so you're not constantly having to refresh and scroll through stuff. You'll just know right away. So a sudden surge in mentions combined with positive sentiment can be a pretty strong signal that that stock has room to run. And then for the deeper research, you've got Morningstar reports, filings, earnings, dividends, and market cap data all inside the app. This alone is normally worth $200 a year, but it's actually all in the Stocks.news app. So let's check out the Morningstar Quantitative Equity Research Reports. We can type in a ticker here. Let's check out Apple, and we can view their research report. Right away, it shows us the stock rating out of 5 stars, the economic moat that's updated every couple days, valuation, and the Morningstar fair value. We can also see the quantitative uncertainty, the 1-star price, the 5-star price, and financial health. All extremely useful information if you really are looking to get just a little deeper into the research. So if you find something on the scanner that looks interesting and the news checks out, you can pull up a Morningstar report to get a more detailed breakdown. You can look at earnings history, check the company's filings, and see the whole financial picture without having to leave the app. And this is the type of research that would take you bouncing around a bunch of tabs around Yahoo Finance, SEC filings, and Google, but it's all in one place right here. Oh, and you can add any stock to your watch list and set up alerts. I'll show you how to do that right now. So we're back home here. We're going to click the 3 stripes on the top left, and here you're going to see my alerts. And you can see the stocks that I have right now on my alerts. Not only can you do that, but if you go back to the home screen and you scroll down to trading halts right below the simulator, you can enable alerts. This will give you real-time halt and resume alerts and shows you the exact times as well. We can see here there's a trading halt on HDLB today from 2:38 p.m. to 2:43. It's detailed. It's there. So if you saw something you liked in the scanner and you want to keep track of it, add it to your watch list. The app will notify you if sentiment shifts, if there's a sudden surge in mentions, or if the stock gets halted. That way you're not just glued to the screen all day. You just let the alerts do their thing and check in when something actually happens. So if you want to start finding the best stocks to day trade and practice your trades with zero risk, download the Stocks.news app for free using the first link in the description. You get a live scanner, sentiment tracking, Morningstar reports, and a trading simulator with $100,000 of virtual money that you could practice with. This is incredible if you're a beginner. You could find a stock that you like, do a little bit of research on it, read some of the news, go into the trading simulator and put some money into it to see what would have happened. That way you could improve your skills without having to put up your rent money or your savings. And again, it's all in one app. So definitely make sure to download it using the first link, again, in the description. And if you want to know exactly what to do if you're just starting out as a day trader, make sure to check out this video.